when I first got the job of teaching like 10 years ago, I was so focused on what the next thing might be, and maybe applying for a master's degree or PhD or something like that. And one of my housemates, a guy called Tony, he said, you just need to relax and just stop and just look around and look at what you've accomplished. And I said, well, it doesn't really feel like I've accomplished anything yet. And
Absolutely.
that was the feeling.
The kind of feedback. That is the kind of answers that my client always tell me. It's no big deal. It's nothing.
Yeah. So yeah, like needless to say, like I kind of at the time I did reflect and I did think, yeah, he's right. I have done something quite good. But then I immediately, not immediately, but I slipped back into that mindset of, right, what's next? And then going after a master's, going after a PhD or whatever it is. And like,
yeah, because you think that by collecting more and more certifications, it makes you sufficient. It makes you enough. You think that by having those certificates, it adds on to your confidence. But the truth is that you already have enough. You have a lot. You just never stop and compile them. You just never stop and breathe in all these accomplishments and own them. I think the key word is really to own your own win, to own your triumph, to own your victory, to own your success, to own your power. Because the moment you are able to breathe this in, you realize that you have a lot.
Yeah, it's almost like another way of like counting your blessings as well, again, isn't it? It's like what you said, what you said to your friend.
And this is the kind of thing, this is also one of the issue. People who have this kind of imposter syndrome, we call it, they tend to be always not satisfied with what they have. Like everything that they have is just always not good enough. It's not enough. So they carry a lot of, how should I say this? A lot of dissatisfaction, and that dissatisfaction turn into worries as well. So it's like a vicious cycle, and they work very hard to try to close the gap. And then once they achieve it, they just keep on raising their bar, and then it's just not good enough again. And which is why eventually they feel very miserable.
Yeah.
Most people who didn't do anything about it, they will come to a point whereby they felt that nothing is meaningful anymore. No matter what success they have, no matter how much money they have, they feel unfulfilled and they are very unhappy.
Yeah, I think that is that's a very common problem that a lot of people face in modern society. They lack like a deeper meaning or a deeper purpose for their own existence, and so they chase all of these things that they think will make them happy, and they put a lot of energy into it, and it ultimately, like material things don't always make you happy. It's the same when you think that you want a certain car, and like you work really hard like to buy that model of car, and then you have that really nice feeling and it lasts for about 6 months, and then after it's just...
For some people, it won't even last for 6 months. For some people, maybe at most it's about 1 month. And they're like, okay, so what's next?
Yeah, so what car do I get next?
It's short-lived, right? That win, they work so hard for it. And in their journey, right, they are so unhappy about it. A lot of worries, a lot of dissatisfaction. And the moment they achieve their goals, they got that car, at most they enjoy it for 1 month. And then after that, they are dissatisfied. Again, they come up with new goals, and then again they try to work very hard to achieve it, but they're not enjoying the process, and therefore they spend their life living mostly in the state of dissatisfaction, worries, unhappiness,